Have you ever hosted an event that was absolutely amazing? I mean, the women were blessed. The room and experience was gorgeous. I mean, breakthrough after breakthrough at this event. And when it was all over, even though you were grateful for what God did in that room, you looked up and realized that you spent thousands of dollars. And you're thinking to yourself, I can't do this again. If that's you, you are in the right place tonight, sister, because I want you to know that you can have a powerful, transformative Christian event and you don't have to end up financially depleted afterwards. Welcome, sister, to the Sister Start Your Ministry Hour. I am your host, I am your coach, and I am so glad that you are here. This hour is dedicated to women just like you who are called to build transformative ministries beyond the walls of the church. And we just huddle together every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central to talk about all things faith, ministry, and kingdom business. Now, I realize for some of you, you might not even realize why we call it the Sister Start Your Ministry Hour. And this is something that I wanted to do because I wanted to help women to essentially build their ministries and kingdom businesses and avoid some of the mistakes that I made along the way. Now, I grew my ministry from a simple blog to a national Christian trauma healing ministry. We served thousands of people across the country. But the journey to doing that was very difficult. And what I did, I put all of my lessons in this book, Sister Start Your Ministry. And I started this hour to help women just like you to be able to answer that call. So if you're a first timer, welcome, sis. I wanted you to know some background about us, and you can visit sisterstartyourministry.com for some free resources, including a ministry launch starter kit to help you to grow your ministry. Now, first timers, I want you to know that we have a routine here. Now, first of all, I want you, if you're a first timer, to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And you're going to want to share this with a friend. But every week, we also do something called roll call, where we want to see who's here, who's showing up in the room. And so if you're new, even if you're watching the replay, anyone who's here right now, you want to put your name and what city you're representing in the comments so that I can recognize you. Now, first here today was Pastor Valerie representing Chicago. Pastor Valerie's in the house. She's one of our mastermind members. Pastor Valerie, so good to see you. Rosie representing South Carolina. All right, South Carolina's in the house. Diana in Orlando, Florida. Welcome back, sister. We have Claudia from Florida. Claudia, hey, sister. Glad to have you here. Jessica from Arkansas. AR is Arkansas, right? Good to see you, sis. Glad to have you here. One of our mastermind members, Dr. Arlene. Good to have you here representing Maryland. Beverly, a mastermind member. Reverend Beverly, North Carolina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, Pastor Georgia from MS. Is that Massachusetts? I need to get my states together, the abbreviations. But it's good to see you, sister. Claudia Williams from Florida. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Continue to put what city you're representing in the comments for me today as we move forward. And again, if you're replay, you put your information in the comments as well. Now, today, we are covering the top 5 mistakes women make when planning their ministry events. Now, this episode, I'm breaking some things down for you based on years of experience. Now, I've been hosting events for 20 plus years. I've held citywide events with over 200 attendees. Many of you have attended my annual Ministry Launch Conference event that I've had for the last several years. And what I'm going to break down are some mistakes that are extremely costly. I mean, costly to you if you're hosting a Christian conference, a retreat, whatever God put on your heart. I want to help you to avoid these mistakes. So you definitely want to have a pen and pad ready to take notes as we dive into this episode. Also, I put in the chat, and I'm going to make sure I pin this for those who are watching the replay, but I put in the chat a little guide for you that you can download that's going to summarize some of the things that I'm covering. So yes, you're going to take notes, but I put together actually a worksheet for you. So you can go to sisterstartyourministry.com, essentially the link that I just put in the comments for you to be able to download that as a reference guide. Okay. Now, You see a couple other sisters. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. We're about to jump on in, ladies. All right, so definitely download that or pin that for later. And then at the very end of today, I have extremely special announcement for you. I cannot wait to share this with you. So you do not want to leave early, okay? All right, sisters. So I want to open up with a foundational scripture as we go into today's lesson. And it's Luke 14:28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Okay. So we're reading this scripture, and I want you to just think about this as we're talking about the topic at hand. But I'm a paint a picture for you, just share a story with you. Use your Holy Ghost imagination with me for a moment. Okay. I want you to imagine that you were in a place in your life where you are ready to buy a new home. And this contractor that you were introduced to from a mutual friend came to you and was like, you know what? I'm going to build a beautiful home from you from the ground up. Okay. And it's going to have everything that you want in it. I want you to put in the comments, what would you want to see in your dream home? Would you want to have in your dream home a walk-in closet, double sinks in the bathroom, a jacuzzi? What are some of the things that you would love to just see in this dream home? Some people, they want to have a movie theater in the house. I've seen that before. A nice finished basement, a fabulous kitchen. What would you want to put in your dream home? Now, as you're dreaming about this, thinking about this contract's like, I'm going to put the closet, the library, the office. I'm going to put all the things that you want. And I mean, it sounds fabulous. And you're just like, yes, the library, the walk-in closet, the double sinks, the other. I mean, this is going to be a 4 or 5 bedroom house. And he's just adding to it. He's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And this is going to be the best material you ever had. And you're like, oh, this is amazing. And you're like, oh, okay, well, how much is this going to cost me? And he's like, don't worry about that. We'll figure that out on the back end. And you be like, but wait. Before we move forward, shouldn't I know the cost? This is your dream event. Step out on faith and just build this house of your dreams. Wouldn't some of you all be like, hold on, time out. Wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't go. And I love some of this stuff for y'all want in your house, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't just build a house without even knowing the cost, right? We know that would not make sense because we understand the importance of counting the costs when it comes to building a home or building something like that. But for many of us, and let's confess, let's just be honest, many of us have made the mistake of planning an event, a conference, without ever considering the budget. Just not even thinking about the money. Like, can we confess, ladies, who has done that? Including me, because I've done it before too. All right, so let's just have an honest moment here. That can be a very costly mistake. Because what happens is oftentimes we have the vision in the head. We have the vision of the soul cave and the office and the gym and the walk-in closet and the art room for our event. We have the vision of like, oh, it's going to be in this major conference studio. It's going to be 200 women. It's going to have this. It's going to have food. It's going to have this. It's going to have this. Like, y'all know how we do. We have this major event vision in our mind, and we just adding things, never factoring in how much this stuff gonna cost. Who's done it before? Please confess. Let's just be honest in this space, okay? And in doing that, it can put us in a bad situation. Now, I don't fault big vision people here because I'm a big vision person. But understand that having a budget of my bank account is going to cover this event and we'll just figure it out later can cause you to have a major deficit at the end of your event. And it could be avoided if we actually figure out what it's going to cost us to actually host this event. Looking at what is the true expenses, like the things that I must pay in order to host this event. What's my break even? So in order for me to cover the cost of the rental, to cover the food, to cover the marketing, to cover all these expenses, because these little small expenses add up, what do I need to bring in just to even hit break even? These are things that you want to consider before you move forward in planning an event. This is huge. Sometimes we skip this, but yes, very costly. And yeah, Yvonne, thank you for your honesty. Have been there, done that. Yes, I was a victim of this mistake too. Thank you. Thank you for being honest with me, sisters. I thought I was the only one who's made this mistake before, okay? And so here's the thing. Here's a pro tip. When it comes to this, faith gave you the vision. God gave you the vision, but stewardship requires a budget. And you want to be a good steward over what God has given you. All right. So that's point number one that I want to make. Mistake number two, making ticket sales your only funding strategy for your event. All right. What if I told you that if you had an event of 100 people in attendance, I mean, the room was packed to capacity, women were on fire, and at this event, you charged $100 a ticket. I mean, you brought in $10,000 for this event, and you are over the moon excited. How many of you would be over the moon excited for bringing in $10,000 from this event, from ticket sales? But what if I told you that if that was the only way you generated revenue from that event, you were leaving so much money on the table? I mean, so much money on the table. It's crazy. And I didn't even realize that because, oftentimes you think like, oh yeah, I'm just going to offset my costs through ticket sales. But wait a minute. There are so many other ways to generate revenue because there's people who would love to get in front of your target demographic that you're bringing together. So this is when people are looking for sponsorship opportunities. And you can get people to sponsor, to say a couple words in front of your audience. They will be happy to pay you for that. Vendor opportunities where, oh, wow, people actually, instead of getting a table for free, they pay for a table to do their book sales, to advertise their programs. You could do strategic partnerships. You can ask for donations. And we're also going to talk about, with mistake number 5, a little preview, having a big back end offer that generates income from that event. And so, yes, do not think that ticket sales is the only way to generate income, because there's absolutely other ways to do so. Ticket sales can offset the cost, but yes, pre-order items, donations, all of that is ways in which you can generate income. So think beyond just the ticket sales, ladies. Now, mistake number 3 is spending money on pretty before paying for the purpose. I'm trying to be clever here, but let me break this down for you, because sometimes we get so focused on, I just want this room to be fabulous. Like, we have to have fresh flowers. We have to make sure that the lights and ambiance, we got the sparkles, the glitter, all the things. I know, because this was me when I had my ministry launch event back in 2019. I had a book signing, an event. I rented out this beautiful place. It was a couple $1,000s. I had like this VIP reception, hors d'oeuvres, people passing their hors d'oeuvres. I mean, it was a fabulous event, but it cost bank to do that. And looking back, I was like, girl, why did you spend all this money on this event? It was expensive. And recouping that money was something that I did not do at that event through ticket sales. I ended up quite in the red because I wanted everything to be over the top. And sometimes what we do is we go to an event, we go to a conference, and they're in their 25th anniversary year. They've been doing this for a long time. They got big budget, big sponsors, and we see all the fouchoir, and we want to mimic the fouchoir. And we're looking at it in comparison to our budget. We don't have that type of money. So we find ourselves spending money on all the beautiful things. But listen, let me tell you something. Sometimes when it comes to our event, we just need to be focused on the transformation. Like the flowers and all the glitz and all that stuff, that's not going to deliver people. Okay. Yes, we want to have like nice ambiance and stuff. But if you have to choose between like being able to just provide an experience from a spiritual depth, you always know that the spirit is going to move even if you don't have the flowers, even if you don't have the glitz and glam. So don't get caught up on all the aesthetics. Let me just tell you this in short: don't go broke try to make your event Instagram worthy while neglecting what makes it transformation worthy. That's what I'm trying to say here. Focus on the right things, because sometimes what can happen, and scripture kind of speaks to this, we are not good stewards over the little money that we have. And it's not from a ill intention, but we spend money on so much without diligently thinking through, like, okay, what would be the best use of this money that I have here that's going to make the biggest impact? We spend hastily. So the plans of the diligent leads surely to abundance, but everyone who is in haste comes only to poverty. And that's what I'm speaking of here. We want to be really diligent and slow to spend and thinking about, okay, how can I steward this well? All right. Is this making sense to you? Okay. I'm glad this is helpful. Yes. 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 I hear you. Okay. Good. I'm glad that you are with me on this. All right. We are going to be stewards over the resources we have to attract the right people to this event. Now, mistake number 4. This mistake I see people make all the time. Thinking a flyer is a marketing plan. Sis, a flyer is not a marketing plan. It's just not. When it comes to an event, particularly a conference, a retreat, whatever you're doing, the flyer, yes. But do you understand that in this environment today, how many of us know that our social media is blown up? I mean, people are constantly texting us. We getting spammed left and right. It's like our email inbox is exploded. Like, so just posting something in one shape or form is not going to fill the room. It's just not. Like, when I look at what I've had to do, even for my most recent conference, I was doing like the old school, they call it guerrilla marketing. I was literally in every shape or form reaching out to people to let them know about my upcoming conference. Yes, we sent emails, we sent text messages, we sent voicemail drops. I literally was calling women. I called over like probably 200-300 women on the phone, letting them know, hey, sis, you hear about the Ministry Launch Conference? Reverend Jocelyn, you calling me? Yes, sis, I'm calling you. I want to know if you coming to this conference. Like, so I'm calling women on the phone. I did radio advertisements. I literally did mailings to people who attended last year, sent them a journal. I mean, if I could just do a carrier pigeon to folks' house, I would have done that. So do you understand that when it comes to advertising, Diana says she got a call. Oh, that's so cool, Diana. Yes, it's one of those things. When it comes to promoting your event, you have to understand this takes like multiple efforts to get the message out there so that people know about it, people hear about it. They're like, oh yeah, you might do ads in whatever platform you choose if you have an ad budget. But yes, different ways to advertise is important. Yes, welcome Sheila. Glad you stopped by today, sister. So we understand that we got to go well beyond just a flyer. And you want to, in your messaging, be able to speak to a couple things. You want people to be understand who is this for? What problem is this event going to address? Why should they attend this event? Why should they attend this event now? And what's the transformation? I think this is something that we leave out sometimes. We don't speak to the transformation that someone's going to experience as a result of attending our event. And you want to be able to articulate this. You know, we just don't want to say just a prayer breakfast event, okay, or a women's conference, okay. There's like a gazillion of those. What's the transformation? Who is this for? And why should they give their Saturday morning, their time, something that's precious, to attend this event? You have to be able to relay that in whatever messaging you're doing to get people to show up. All right. So yes, 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 yes. Okay. Okay, Vicki, good to see you. Good to see you. Yep. Organizations you're part of. Yes. Partnering with them makes a difference. Yes, 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 yes. All right, ladies. So now we're going to transition to the final mistake. And mistake number 5. Plan an event without planning what happens after the event. Now, say for instance, you've done everything that we talked about today the right way. I mean, you have your event budget, you plan, you get sponsorship, and you advertise. And I mean, this event is not only well attended, but I mean, it's powerful. Like, women are having breakthroughs. I mean, they're crying, they're giving testimonies on stage. I mean, you are witnessing God move in such an incredible way at this event. And then the event ends. And you're like, all right, God bless you. Take care. And folks is like, that's it? Like, the experience is over? Like, we just came from the mountaintop and that's it? You don't have anything else for them to go to after this transformative, fantastic, amazing event. And for any of you who have the desire to be a Christian coach, you're an author, you're a speaker, you want to do some type of program, a women's group, understand that there's tremendous opportunity when you have an event to launch something new. This is one of the things I learned from one of my previous coaches. You always launch a program at an event. You always do. And thinking about this, like, if you're thinking about doing a community, if you're thinking about having an online course, if you're thinking about doing anything, the perfect opportunity to launch whatever you're doing is at this event, because people are excited. They want to stay in touch with you. They just had their lives transformed. And you're saying, hey, I'll see you next year. Maybe, maybe not. No, sister, I want you to think about what you can possibly offer to continue the fire, to continue to fuel the flame, to continue to connect with sisters, to keep the energy, the spirit going, because there's opportunity here that many people often miss out on. Okay, so I want to just get a litmus test from who's watching live or the replay. How many of you are either you have certifications as coaches, you are someone who wants to have some type of community, a program of some sort? How many of you that would describe who you are? Like, you love to connect with sisters, maybe host a retreat, some type of program. If that's you, please let me know. I just want to get a feel in the live replay or the comments from the live chat or the replay comments. Because if you are a sister who you know that you have been putting together a program, and you have the certification, you have done the work. I mean, you are certified, like Pastor Valerie, Diana, like there's other coaches I know who are here. You've done the work. All right, Pastor Pam, you've done the work. Okay, all of you have the degree, you have the certification, but you don't have like a program or an offer in place. I am so excited. I'm so excited to announce that we are helping sisters to avoid mistake number 5. Okay, we're helping you to avoid, and we're helping sisters to put some things in place, because in a short period of time, in a couple weeks, we are having an event for coaches. We're having an event for coaches, any type of Christian coach, to help you to be able to position yourself as that expert you are, to help you to acquire clients, to help you to stop coaching for free, because some of you all have been coaching for years for free and you love what you're doing. But if you want to make this a kingdom business and you want to learn how, we are helping you to do that. So I just want to encourage you. I'm putting the link in the comments for you. Oh, Pastor Pam, you just received your certification. That's awesome. Congratulations. Here's the thing. I want to just highlight Pastor Pam. Here's the thing that they don't tell you. When you get the certification, that's a huge first step. You know how to coach, but having the certification does not necessarily bring you clients. I wish you could just have this magic wand where you're certified and all of a sudden just clients start knocking at your door coming. It don't work like that, sister. Anybody know what I'm saying? That is absolutely an amen. And so we wanted to put something together because I listened to you all. I listen to each of you. I've had conversations with many of you. I've coached dozens of women who have gotten certified as coaches, but they didn't have any clients. And they're frustrated, or they might have had clients, but the clients weren't paying. So we wanted to put something together for coaches to help you to be able to position yourself as a coach who people will pay, and also position your offer so you stand out in a crowded marketplace where there are a lot of people who are coaching. So if that's you, I want you to grab your spot. I dropped a link in the comments for you to save your spot for this upcoming event. It's going to be amazing. This upcoming event is going to lead to some other events. So you just definitely, even if you can't make this particular event, still register. Still register, because we're going to follow up with you with some resources to help you to be able to do what you need to do and get where you need to go. All right. And then I see Yvonne, you said you've had some conferences but never had any follow-up information. I get you, sister. You be sure to download that resource guide that I put out there at the very beginning. It also has some tools for you. And what's going to take place, ladies, at the very end of this live, I'm going to make sure that I pin for you the 2 resources that I mentioned today. It's the one for coaches. Coaches, you definitely want to be at this event. And then I'm going to also pin for you the recap worksheet, where you can get a recap worksheet of today to help you to avoid the top 5 mistakes that Christian women make when building or hosting events. It covers all 5 things, and it helps you to kind of map out a plan of action. So next time you host an event, you're not going to spend thousands of dollars and be in the hole. No, you're going to have an event that generates income to not only cover the expenses, but it's also going to reach the people who are your assignment. Okay. So I'm going to put both of these in the comments for you. Again, we already have the one for the live event that's taking place for the coaches. And I'm going to drop one more time in the comments a link for the event planning guide for you, so you could take advantage of both. Okay. So sisters, I hope that you had an amazing time today. Let me refix this here really quickly. I'm going to drop them one at a time for you. Okay. So here's the link for the map for you. And then here is the link for the coach challenge. All right. So sisters, I hope you enjoyed yourself today, that you learned some things. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway in the comments for me. So feel free to drop that in the comments. If you enjoy today's episode, definitely make sure that you like this episode. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, because I'm teaching throughout the week, and share this with a friend. For many of you, I look forward to seeing you at our upcoming event for our coaches. And until next time, you all stay encouraged, and I'll see you next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central for another Sister Start Your Ministry Hour. God bless you, sisters. Take care.